Charles, the boys were taken straight into a meeting after that game. What was the message from Pikey?
Yeah, look, it's a pretty tough loss. You know, we set ourselves to win, obviously, and it's getting pretty tight now for that finals race, and losing tonight really hurts. So, yeah, well, it was probably pretty obvious. You know, if you watch the game, it was in that third quarter. Just our contest and our hunt around, you know, I think it was 16-2 centre clearances or something, just sustaining that pressure for longer. And you know, they kicked 5 goals, I think, 5 goals to 0 in that period, and that was the game. You know, it's too much work to get back for there. So our effort and our attitude was there for most of the night. It's just that 10-15 minute period where we let ourselves down. So look, it's disappointing. You know, we really, as I said, we set ourselves to win, but yeah, look, what can you do?
Probably a bit early to just dissect it without the reviews, but was there something we could have done to stem the tide a little bit in that third quarter, perhaps?
Yeah, well, we tried a few different things. You know, I think in the end it comes down to our want and our hunt. And when you lose the field position that badly, you're trying to get the ball out of your back 50 the whole quarter. It's pretty tough. So we went to a 7th. We put Gov back there and tried to stem the flow for a bit, and he took a couple of marks and it worked for a bit. But you know, obviously being outnumbered ahead of the ball, it was pretty hard to move it. And you know, they're just constant barrage of pressure, and the ball being down there in the end got us. So you know, to the boys' credit, we really fought back in that last quarter, and you know, nearly pinched it in the end. But you know, that 10 or 15 minute period where they kicked those 5 goals was the game.
How much did the rain impact the chase in that last quarter? It was obviously teaming there for a while. Was it a factor, obviously?
Look, I don't think you can you know, blame it on the rain. I think it's, you know, it's in our hands, and I don't know what the contested numbers were, but I just know that the centre clearances were 16-2, and we're, you know, under the pump down back and trying to move the ball when you're pretty spent from defending the whole time. So you know, you can't be that inconsistent in the main part of the game, which is, you know, field position and contest, and those two stats usually win your game. So yeah, look, it's really disappointing, as I said, but you know, we learn a lesson from that, and it just shows, you know, especially the young blokes coming in the side, that it's a good lesson. You know, you've got to do it for 4 quarters against good teams, otherwise you get exposed.
The boys started really hot. I think kicked the first 3 goals. Do you feel we needed to put more scoreboard pressure on them early and probably go into half-time with a bit more of a lead?
Yeah, look, I thought our first quarter was really impressive. You know, I don't think we quite got the scoreboard reward, as you said. I think we walked in, they kicked a goal in the last 30 seconds, and we walked in 9 points up. Probably felt like we were more, you know, 4 or 5 goal lead with the way we were playing. So yeah, that hurt us early, but in the end, it was just they sustained it. The hunt and the contest for longer than we did, and that's an area, as I said, if you watch the good teams, and you know, the Collingwood-Richmond game was a great example today. They were just at it for 4 quarters, and Richmond eventually broke Collingwood just at that constant pressure and constant, you know, attack on the ball. So the good sides do it for longer, and that usually wins the games of footy.
4 games to go now, probably relying a little bit on the footy gods, but we just have to keep fronting up, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we've still got a lot to look forward to. You know, as you said, it's probably out of our hands. We've got to win all 4 to even have a shot. But yeah, it's going to be tough, and we've got a showdown this week. So we've still got a lot to look forward to. There's a lot of young guys been in and out of the side, and a lot of guys that have probably had inconsistent years that just want to keep playing footy and keep getting better. So yeah, we're looking forward to getting out here again next week and taking on Port in the showdown. There's not too many better feelings than playing in a winning showdown. So let's hope we can do that next week.
And just finally, what do the boys need to turn around between now and then just to get themselves ready for that big game?
Oh, I think there was a lot of positive out tonight, and as I said, we just got to do it for longer. If we bring that appetite and hunt for the contest for 4 quarters, we'll certainly give it a shake. So, you know, as I said, our effort and our intensity wasn't lacking tonight. It was just, you know, the little things, that 10-minute period, and then our connection probably up forward as well. You know, we had the ball in there a lot. We just couldn't quite get that connection that we probably had the last couple of weeks. So, a couple of areas to clean up, and let's hope we can bring that out again next week against Port.
Thanks for your time, mate.
Cheers, guys.